Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since I filmed something for YouTube, so for that I apologise. But today's video I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to film a lip tutorial on how I overline my lips and make them look way bigger than they actually are. So many of you guys have requested this. I'm just kidding, like 2 people have requested this. I'm kidding, actually a few of you have asked, and I want to film it because it's actually not what you think. It's not just overlining your lips. There's a few tips and tricks and a few little secrets that I want to share with you guys on how I make my lips look as naturally overlined as possible. You guys probably don't see my natural lips very often. I usually, if I'm doing my makeup, I'd say like 80% of the time I'll overline my lips and then put lip gloss over top. Or I'm hardly ever wearing lipstick, but if I'm wearing makeup, I'm 100% of the time wearing lip gloss at least. So there's my natural lips, exposing myself. I'm going to zoom you guys in so we can get started. So if you guys want to know how to go from this to this, then just keep on watching. Before I get started, I just want to say I don't consider this corrective. I like to overline my lips. Okay, this is just what I do for my personal preferences and my actual lips. Everyone has different lips and everyone has different personal preferences. I personally like to make my lips look a little bit, not necessarily bigger or round. There's actually a lot more to it than just overlining your whole entire lips, which I'll show you in a second. But I like to add a lot of height to my lips. I guess I like to go for that brat style kind of look. As you guys can see, my lips are a little bit dry at the moment, but we're just going to ignore that because I'm going to go in with gloss over top anyway. So I've always only ever gone in with one of 2 shades. So I go in with the Huda Beauty lip liners. I either go in with Bombshell or Trendsetter, depending on what lip gloss I want to put over top of my lips. Today I'm using the Hourglass Mega Glow lip gloss in the shade Unreal. So I'm going to go for the more pinky shade of these two, which is Bombshell. It's a little bit more closer to my natural lip. That's the first thing you want to do, is choose a lip liner that is a little bit darker, a couple of shades darker, or the slightest bit darker than your natural lip shade. This is going to add that little bit of natural dimension. If you go in with the same shade as your natural lips, it's not going to look as good because you're not going to be adding that dimension and natural contour that you want to add. So a lot of people start from the outer corner, but I actually like to start from my cupid's bow, and here's why. I like to start at the highest point of my lips, where I'm going to be overlining them the most. So the most I'm going to overline them is at the top and the bottom, and then as we go down, you'll see I follow my natural lip line towards the bottom, and as we get to the very inner corner, I actually underline my lips. Shocker. So it's a lot of overlining, but it's actually a lot of underlining. Honestly, as soon as I learned how to overline and underline my lips at the same time, my makeup game changed. It's honestly a life changer. I start about there, so you can already see how much height I'm adding to my lips. I might actually just go ahead and do one side for you guys so I can show you the difference. So about here, this point of my lips, that's where I actually start to come off my natural lip line and just go straight below my natural lip line. And then for the bottom, this is where you can really over exaggerate the line, because your naturally your bottom lip curls over, so you can't actually see directly below my lips. Plus, you'll notice I have this little bump right on my lips. I've had it for as long as I can remember. I don't know what it is, but it's there, and I like to hide it as much as I can. So what I do, so you can see when I'm facing straight on, it looks quite natural, like it's normal. You can't even really see that I've overlined my lips, but when I go like this, it's actually so far below my lips. And then the same thing as I get closer to the inner corner, underline. So there you can already see the difference. There are a few more steps that we need to take before this looks finished, but this is the start, and you can already see the big difference between this and this. And I don't really like to over exaggerate my cupid's bow. I like it to be quite flat, just like that Bratz look. So you can either add that arch that you have in your lips, or you can do what I do and just add a tiny little dip, but mostly make it flat. Now I've overlined my whole entire lips. It looks a little bit ridiculous right now, but honestly, trust the process. I cannot stress this enough. Trust the process. I'm going to go in with a much lighter hand and just softly blend out that line towards the center of my lips. And this is actually a really important part for me personally because I only put lip gloss over top of this. You need to make sure that harsh line around your lips is actually blended, otherwise it's going to look like fucked. As you can see, I'm not colouring in my whole entire lips. I'm literally just blending it towards the centre, and then I leave the centre completely my natural lip colour, because if I colour in the whole lips, it's not going to give that ombre effect, and that ombre effect is what makes your lips look naturally fuller. See, now that I've actually blended in that harsh line, it already looks 100 times better, but just you wait, trust the process. There are still more steps to go. Now this next step is honestly what makes my lips look immaculate. What I do is I take my foundation shade that I'm wearing on my face, and I take a very flat defining brush. So you're going to want to take that exact foundation shade that you're wearing on your face, and I mean exact foundation shade, otherwise it's going to look a bit cooked. I don't know what brush this is, I just know it's ABH, but it's amazing. So what I do here is I go around and clean up all of the lines I've done, especially where I've underlined, because you can actually see my natural lip colour coming through there, which is making those lines look a little bit hazy, not as sharp as I want them to look, and definitely not as clean as I want them to look. So this is going to make your lips look so polished, so perfected, and that liner is going to look sharp as hell. So you can see I've gone directly onto my actual lip, brought it down, and this is where I'm going to start actually outlining. I think again I'm just going to do the top half on this side, the bottom half on this side, just so you can see the real comparison of how much this step actually matters. I even like to go in, not with so much product, just with a little bit of the excess, just so it's not as harsh as these lines here, but just clean them up. So that's this side done. You absolutely cannot tell me that does not look 100 times better already. Just so crisp and polished. Also, I'm just going over with the same brush just to blend it out and just pat 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 into my foundation, which is easy because it's the exact same shade that I've used on the rest of my face. See, you cannot tell me this side versus this side. So much nicer. I'm literally erasing the whole entire outer corner of my lips because my lips are naturally wide and I want to add height and fullness. I don't want to add any more width to my lips than they already are. In fact, I want to take it away. So do you remember when I drastically overlined my bottom lip? What overline? Where is it? So now we've done all the hard work, it's time for the fun part. This is where you can go one of two ways. I personally am a lip gloss fanatic. I love lip gloss. I will not wear makeup without wearing lip gloss. I don't know a day where I will not wear lip gloss every single time I do my makeup. You can, however, go in with lipstick at this point if you want to. But I just really like the transparency of putting lip gloss over top of what I've already done. I've already created that stunning ombre on my lips with the lip liner, so I don't want to go ahead and cover that with lipstick. I really just like to put a gloss over top of that. Plus I think the gloss, and especially the reflections in this one, it's a little bit glittery but not really overpowering. Definitely helps hide the fact that I have used lip liner on my lips. Obviously it's not a lie, I've used lip liner on my lips, but you know, we want to make it look as natural as possible. And this gloss especially has like the tiniest detail of shimmering and gold reflex in it. It is stunning. That definitely helped blend the lip liner into my lips just that little bit more. And there we have it, turning myself into a Brat doll. Just gonna give you guys a super close up here. See that bump in my lip that I had at the start of this video is almost non-existent now because of how much I have overlined my bottom lip. My secret is out. That is how I make my lips look a million times bigger than they actually are, with overlining and underlining your lips all in one. I hope you all learned a thing or two from this video. Definitely let me know if you try this and let me know how it works for you, because as soon as I learned how to do this, I have not looked back. Honestly, life changing. And as usual, let me guys what as usual, let me know what you guys want to see next. Love you so much. Bye.